And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to Interlude Media. Spell that right. NTRLD underscore media. I'm your host, Nickie Nicknames. You might know me as Nick DeSantis as well, but guess what? Today I'm joined by my co-host, the man holding it down on the ones and twos. You might know him as T. Rowe Price because he understands that return on investment, or you might know him as Todd Roshong. Yeah, I flipped it this week. You better get it right. And this right here is the Interlude Pod, an idea to an idea, a podcast for two friends and just chopping it up regarding the latest news you didn't know you needed to know, with the goal of teaching you something new and us how to work a podcast. And with that being said, folks, I'd be remiss if I don't mention that each one of these episodes is mixed, mastered, edited, and produced by none other than One Time Productions. So thank you for tuning in, and T's going to take it away with the agenda. How we doing today, Beth?
It is good to be back. Good to be chatting here, Nick. We got a great agenda, as we always do. We're going to kick things
Oh, yes,
off with a
sir.
little bit of this just interlude. We've got a lot of stuff going on in the world. There always is. So that means we've always got something to talk about.
Always spinning.
After that, we're going to take a look at the future to that Navidius Wilburn segment.
Future.
We got some stuff coming
Hendrix.
up in the next few days. Something the girlies might be a little happy about, actually. So we're going to save that.
Woot, woot.
But I think that
Watch
one
out.
That one's going to take us straight into our WD-40 segment of the day. Nick's got some gears that are grinding. They need a little bit of grease.
Right. Someone's got to get them spinning.
That's right. Speaking of spinning, we got some fan mail that came in, and we might be doing a little bit of spinning ourselves in the near future here. So we're going to see how that turns out. And as
Yes,
always,
sir.
folks, Nickie Nicknames going to take us away with a little bit of parting inspiration before we wrap for the day. So, how's that sound to you, sir?
Hey, do what I have to do, man. You know what it is. Let's get it right.
As always. Well, I got, we like to keep this very lighthearted around here, but we might need to kick this episode
Yes.
off with a little bit of somber news in a way.
All right. Give it to me.
Yeah, so the U.S. Mint has officially printed its last penny. That little bronze
Oh.
sucker, that 1 cent
Oh.
coin, is officially no longer in print. Now,
Yo, you know what?
obviously,
This is what I got to say. I brought a penny just to show off to the camera for this because I knew it was coming and I just lost it. So I think that in a nutshell proves why the penny shouldn't exist anymore. I think that's it. All right. I
I
just
mean,
lost my penny and I also don't care. Like it. But maybe it'll be
that's
worth
the
something
thing.
one day, man. But RIP the penny real quick.
I mean, speaking of being worth something, we got to take into account the fact that the US government was spending 3.69 cents per penny to produce something that's worth only 1 cent.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. That genuinely is ridiculous. Is copper
So with
yeah,
that,
is copper's pretty cheap, I guess.
copper is pretty cheap, but it's more so the printing mechanism itself, I believe, and maintaining that type of machinery
Right.
down at the mint. I mean, we have a few mint locations across the US as far as I know,
Down at
but
the mint.
that the machinery is expensive to upkeep, and yeah, dude, I guess when you factor in materials and all the types of design
Right.
edits that you got to make each year, like you got to make a new press each year that's got a new year on it,
Yeah,
right?
I
And
guess so.
you add up all those costs, man. So the penny
I
is no
got 3
more. And
questions.
all right, lay them on me.
3 questions. First, who's the graphic designer of the penny? You know? Are they just putting the intern on that? Like, hey man,
No,
just carry the 2020 on there. Put a 5. How's that working? So how do you
so
get the graphic design job for that?
I will say the act of designing money is actually extremely complex.
Oh, yeah?
If I'm not mistaken, the Swiss franc is the most difficult bill to counterfeit because of the amount of
Right.
design details that go into it. So, like, federal
Okay.
governments invest significantly in making their money tenderable and non-counterfeitable. I just made up a new word. Thank you very
Tender.
much, folks.
Tenderable. Hey, Merriam-Webster. Let Todd rip.
That's right. Let it go. Yeah, one thing I forget what the threshold is, but it's basically like federal governments across the globe expect what is it? It's like 5 out of every 1,000 bills in circulation is a counterfeit or something like that.
Wow,
So,
it's a high
there
percentage.
there goes a lot of effort into designing a bill that's difficult to counterfeit so that that
How,
threshold doesn't go up.
how many times you think I've had a counterfeit bill and didn't even realize it?
Depends on what type of bill it was. So if it was a 20, a 50, or a 100, you probably would have found out. But anything less than that, not a lot of stores are checking
Mm.
whether or not they're counterfeit. You know what else happens? I
Yeah, but
mean, we're
how
talking
much are
about
you using cash anymore, man?
that's
Nobody's
definitely a
using
part.
cash anymore.
That's a part of the problem, right? And that's why the penny's gone. You know what else happens a lot though? The amount of times that I've been at a US store and I do pay in cash for whatever reason and I get a Canadian penny back as my change because people aren't
Nice.
looking at it.
Nah, when you get when the queen's on the cash, you know you got to toss it. That's
Right,
number
like
one rule, folks. You see the queen up on there, you gotta get rid of that ASAP. No Rocky.
it's how it should be, but
Yeah.
cashiers just aren't looking at that level of detail. So listen, it's a little bit of a sad day, but I gotta say, if I had to, make a little bit of an assertion here myself, the nickel's
Mm.
next, dude.
You think? Do you think it's done?
Dude, so I just said the penny costs more than 3 cents to produce when it's only worth one
Right.
cent. The nickel
Right.
is worth 5 cents and it costs almost 14 cents to produce. Now,
Man, that don't
granted, I
make any
guess when you
sense.
scale it
It's small.
percentagely, like
No, that's bigger. It's
percentagely,
bigger.
that's not a word.
The dime
No,
is small. Yeah, who decided the sizes? I don't understand this, bro. None of this. I didn't even ask my other two questions. I'm lost on this whole process. Okay,
What
if
are your
it
other
costs
questions?
14 cents, what are we doing now? But look, you think copper? What was a nickel made of? I don't even.
Uh,
Whatever a
the
nickel's made of,
it's a good question. Obviously, some sort of. It's not
whatever
actually
that
made of.
is.
It's not made of silver anymore. They used to
Right?
actually be
No, no
silver, but they're
chance.
not.
No
So
chance.
it's
But
some
whatever
sort
it's made
of.
of,
Mhm.
okay. Do you think that is more expensive than paper? So do you think, in theory, like a penny costs
Mm.
more? Like it's more valuable than $100 bill? I would guess
But like I
yes.
said, but like I said,
I don't know.
the way that money, like the way that bills are printed instead of the way that coins are printed.
But I'm not talking about print. I'm talking about the slab, you know? But when you were first making the dollar bill, it came in a slab of paper, right? When you're first making the penny, it came in a slab of copper. Which one's more expensive? I'm going copper. I don't know, but I feel like
I
the
would
coin has to have.
I would think so.
I'm
Now
also,
we could do some
talking
research
crazy right now.
afterward.
So
We
yeah,
can
yeah.
we can do some research
R and
and
D.
I'm sure there
We
is
need an
a
R&D
chart
team
out
on this
there.
podcast.
Yeah, why don't we get ourselves a little bit of production help? We got to get ourselves a researcher who's just online with us and can tell us the facts when we're asking
Yeah,
stupid questions. That'd be pretty helpful.
right, right.
But
We need an
I'm going to
internist.
say
Just someone to crunch the numbers real quick. That's what I'm saying.
I
No,
agree with
but
you. I
you
think it
know
would
the
be
other
very
question I
helpful
got?
if we could get an intern on the case.
Why is it called a mint? It has nothing to do with my breath, you know?
Well, no, it certainly has nothing to do with the breath. I don't know exactly why it's called a mint. That's a Merriam-Webster dictionary question for you right there. I can't help
Okay.
you.
I don't know if I like that. Or why was the mint like a peppermint called mint? I don't know which one came first. So I can't hate either way, but they're very two drastically different things that don't combine.
It's a chicken or the egg type of question right there. What came first, the mint, the plant, or the mint as in printing money? I would have to assume it was the plant.
The plant. Yeah,
So
they say money don't grow on trees, but it comes from a mint. Food for thought. Watch out. Okay. That's all I gotta say.
food for thought indeed. Well,
Mint's a
I think
plant.
that I think that takes care of how, money is
Chlorophyll.
made. Uh-huh. Chlorophyll indeed. I think that takes care of our conversation on how money is made, but we could talk a little bit about how money is spent. And speaking of food for thought, something that
Okay.
everyone's thinking about at this
Ooh.
time of year is
Ooh.
the open enrollment period. We are corporate
Yeah.
citizens. In fact, we do work full-time jobs. And it's that time of the year where everyone's got to figure out how much money am I going to spend on my insurance for next year?
That transition was crazy. First and foremost, second, you're right though. I had to go into that open enrollment. I don't understand open enrollment, man. There's all the
Why
plans
do
in
you
there. I
not
get the
understand it?
plans, folks. I get the plans, but I go through. I choose the health plan. I get the medical, the dental, you name it. But then all of a sudden, I get to the end, Todd. You know what they ask? Do you
What is it?
want compensatory life insurance? What the hell's life insurance? Okay, I mean, what on earth are we doing here? Like, are we really trying to insure my life? You're not doing that. Okay, the
That
United
is
States of
exactly what
America
they're
is not
doing.
doing that right now. No, they're not. Especially not right now. And second, how are we putting a price point on life insurance, man? That should be my whole paycheck. Shit, I'm trying to live. I
Well,
don't, I
here's
don't
what'll probably
understand that.
be here's what would probably at least be good news to you, I would think, is that
Right.
your health insurance policy, the premium on that thing, is worth more than you are worth right now, most likely. But that's just that's like the base level of it. And so, whoever you
What do you
list as your
mean what I'm worth?
beneficiaries, you know exactly what I mean. How much money you got in the bank? What are you invested in?
Nah, we
I would.
priceless, bro. Come on now. Hey, Interlude Media. Can't put a price point on that, folks. Spell it right.
That's true.
NTRLD.
Not
Come
unless
on.
we start getting some inquiries of people who want to invest and give us some seed money.
Although,
We're here for
yeah, I
that.
will
We
say,
are open to sponsorship.
right, correct. I will talk about the fact that we're priceless. However, there is a price point in which we would agree. If someone wanted to do ads, I'm all for it. I played adventure capitalist as a kid. Checked the boys one time, and my lemonade stands were cooking. Let's put it that way because I watched the ads. So I'm good. If someone wants to put an ad on here, I'll read it for you. Straight and fresh. Watch. You know what I'm saying? Jif peanut butter, smooth, crunchy, and never spicy. I got it. I
Oh,
got it. You just tell us what you want. All right. So
I love
hey,
that.
that
Look,
goes to
we're
everybody.
gonna
Everybody.
we're gonna send that one to Jif Peanut Butter right there. Yes, we are in fact open
Yeah.
for
Let them know.
advertising. Jif Peanut Butter, we would be honored if you were our first sponsor. You could
Please.
sponsor the This Just
Please.
In section, the Navidius Wilburn section, the WD-40
Oh,
section.
true.
That might be a little bit of a conflict of interest there with one company branding something that's already called another company. That's besides the point here, folks. We don't need to worry about
Yeah,
that.
wait, where's WD-40 at? Yeah, whatever. My bad, man. I digress right there. I want to go back to life insurance because I'm still not fully
Hmm.
getting the concept. Like, are they putting a price point on my head? Like, am
Yeah.
I am I like Drake on "I'm Upset"? Remember when he was "I'm upset, 50,000 on my head is disrespect." Like, am I? Should I be upset at the price point they put on my head? Like, I'm trying to figure that out. Like, where
So
do I
I'm gonna
listen to
say
Drake and where
no.
do I cut the line and just shake a hand?
I'm gonna
Tip a
say
hat.
no. We're not listening to Drake on this one, mainly because the price on his head was the price someone else was gonna get paid if they could, do the deed. Versus here,
But
the
that's
insurance companies
isn't
don't
it the
want you
same?
to die. No, because I think the
Right?
difference
Because
is
they
the
got to pay
intent
it out.
here. Right. They don't want you to die because they don't want to pay it out to your
Right.
beneficiaries.
I think the difference between organized crime, murder, and life insurance is intent.
Uh-huh.
I like that. Thanks, T.
It's a
That was a
fine
good
it's a fine
breakdown right
line.
there.
It's a fine line,
Fine,
but
fine
I
line.
think that's the difference.
Once you cross that line, folks, you're never going back. Okay, that's
It's
that's
definitely
it.
not in the eyes of your life insurance company. There is one very direct line that you have to cross in order for that to kick in.
Okay,
So,
right. Little handshake with the creator.
mhm, that's right.
Little dap up. When I was in high school, I used to do the high jump, and
Uh-huh.
every time before I jump, I'd get a phone call, and of course it was Jesus Christ because I was about to head up to the heavens and give him a dap
Yep.
real quick.
Yep.
I never made it over starting height, just to let everyone know. I didn't varsity letter. I think everybody knows that. So yeah, in order to varsity letter, I would have had to clear starting height, which I didn't do. But
Mhm.
many a calls. So maybe that's how you had to explain life insurance in the concept of jump squad. Jump squad. Yeah, yeah. You know how it is. That's,
Well,
that's what's
when
up.
we When we revisit the open enrollment period for 2026, I will make sure to bring out the Jump Squad and get you going on that one.
Yeah, right. Then we'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout
Well,
out
you
life
mentioned
insurance though, I guess. Like if I needed a dependent, you know.
you will have
Hopefully I'm worth
dependents at some
something
point.
like
Hopefully,
top. Like hopefully my money, you know, hopefully I'm just worth something. That's all I
that is
gotta
what
say. I just
we're all
want to know
shooting for that.
what the price point is. Yeah, what are we worth? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Actually, don't do that. I don't want to know.
All those Twitter fingers are gonna come in hot with
Yes,
telling you what you're
it
worth.
would be. Ah, it'd be funny, man. It'd be funny. It'd be funny.
It would.
One
Speaking
penny,
of Twitter, though,
an
speaking of
Abraham Lincoln.
Twitter,
Okay,
original founder of Twitter, Jack Dorsey. I don't know if you
Jack
caught a
Dorsey.
glimpse of this one yet. So Jack Dorsey's getting in on bringing Vine back. You know, everybody loved
No
Vine,
chance,
that
bro.
old 6-second videos. They're bringing it back. They're calling it D-Vine, D-I, Vine. So I don't know how original that is, but that's okay. But apparently they got
Yeah,
they got all the rights to, maybe not all the rights, but they got a lot of Vine's original content. They're going to be putting out like more than
really.
hundreds of thousands of the original Vine videos out onto this new platform.
Mm.
And something that I find very interesting, they're going to be preloading this platform with content, and then they are not allowing AI generated videos to be posted. So it's going to be purely new,
Whoa,
authentic 6-second content, like
it's still the
actually
6 second
bringing
joint.
back the feeling of Vine. Yeah.
Okay. You know, I thought this was dumb because I know people have been really trying, and one of the saddest discontinuations I know. Maybe this is the discontinuation pod, and not because of us folks, but the penny, Vine, you name it.
That's true.
Vine was a sad one.
Mm-hmm.
That was big time for the generation losing Vine.
Absolutely.
But I know people have been trying to bring it back. If they bring back the original content, though, it would be interesting to see how that takes off in today's day and age. I just don't know if Divine is the
Yeah, I'm
platform.
with you
Like, if
there.
you're gonna
I'm
bring
with
it
you.
back, bring it. Just call it Vine, bro. That's like you bring back the Supersonics in Seattle and call them the Sasquatch or something stupid like that. Like, what are we doing?
I'm with you there.
You know?
I don't know how you get the rights to the original content, but not to just the flat out name itself, the name, the logo. Like I want to see that
Right.
little green icon back on my phone. I feel like that would bring back a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
it'd be nice.
One
But
thing
maybe
that
they
this is gonna
can't.
really hurt though, this is really gonna hurt those old YouTube compilation videos of like vines that you used to watch at 3 a.m. Like no one's gonna be watching
Mm.
those because you can just go back on to Divine.
Well, we'll see. I
I
don't
mean, Nick,
think YouTube's here to leave.
no, I don't think they will either. But I got a question for you.
Right.
You gonna do it for Divine?
But now I'm thinking about it. If they're bringing back Vine videos, does that mean the Vines that I've posted will be brought back?
If they got access to your old posts, then yeah, it would be on there.
This could be a problem. You know what I'm saying?
You got
This
some
could be a
content.
certified problem.
You think there's some content in the archives that shouldn't see the light of day anymore?
Well, I don't remember what's in there,
I know that's the hard part.
but I know there's stuff in there. I know the vault's got something. We just don't know how much. Okay, it's kind of like life insurance. We don't know how much it's worth in there. So I
We
don't
don't
know,
know.
bro. I'm a little nervous with that. What they bringing it back right there? That's a little concerning. I like this idea with the no AI though. Maybe this is an opportunity. Maybe we got to stop podcasting, bro. Maybe this is the idea to an idea. Solutions-based company podcast as a service. Maybe we start doing Vine. Divine? I'm not gonna be able to. I guess it's my last name. Divine. Is it like D
I mean,
E
similar.
capital VINE? I like that. Divine.
The first thing that I saw is that it's a DI with the capital V, Divine.
Well, I guess that's Italian. Fair. All right.
But either way, I'm with you that maybe if we can edit our podcast clips down to 6 seconds, then that's another platform that we're gonna have to get onto
I
because
don't
who
know.
knows?
We might have to start bouncing, bro. It might be time. It might be
I don't
time to
know.
get the 6 seconds back rolling. Everybody
The
watch
thing is,
out.
we're just
When
now
they open
starting
the
to
vault.
yeah, we're just starting to build an audience here though, you know? I think we got up to to 2 monthly listeners instead of our 1 monthly listener. So we, we're cooking with gas over here. I don't think
Like
we want to give this thing up just yet.
there's a lot on the table there.
We will see. We will see how this all
You're right.
shakes out. Well, with that, I think that covers a lot of stuff that's going on around the world. Um, at least what's going on, right now. We got some stuff to look forward to though, as well.
Oh yes,
I
sir.
think I think Future is gonna be happy to hear. We got some stuff coming out this week, next week. It's a week for the girlies, is how we
Fuchs,
like to put this.
Hendrix. That's a fact. I don't know if y'all been tuned into this right now. This week, next week, y'all see what's going on? Look it. I see what's happening with the society. I think I'm starting to understand the patterns here. You got
Tell me.
Thanksgiving, Family Day, but football. Okay, so the world has noticed and said, look, we got to keep the girls entertained. So you got Friday, Wicked Part 2. Okay.
Hmm.
Then Tuesday, the finale to Dancing with the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Name me a better saga than that right there. That's what I'm saying. They're keeping the people locked in. They gotta have them ready, man, for Thanksgiving, and then that's it. And then it's
It's a
live.
good setup. It's a
So
good setup.
we'll see
It's
how
a
it goes. It's
very
a
good week
huge
leading
setup.
up to the holiday. I mean, I'll be
Right.
honest, I never saw Wicked Part 1, so I'm gonna have to see Part 1 if
Oh,
I'm planning on seeing Part 2.
hey. Hey,
Just putting that
I'll
out
be the
there.
first to admit I saw, and first and foremost, I've been watching that Dancing with the Stars occasionally here and
Mm.
there.
Mhm.
Bad show. Okay.
It's not a
And the
bad
only
show.
reason it's not too
It's
bad,
not a bad show.
you know what's not bad? I hate them scripted shows. This one, they have to do
Mhm.
something. At least there's
Well, you gotta
talent
work.
involved. You gotta work. Hey, dancing takes some effort. So hey, credit to them. I think some of them are rigged. You got this like 50-year-old dude going against Jordan Childs. I mean,
Yeah. I
how the
mean,
hell, you know what I'm saying? Jordan Childs
that's
got a
how it
wipe.
always
Come on.
that's how it always shakes out with these types of shows, whether it's Dancing with the Stars or whatnot. It's there always seems to be a little bit of a mismatch, but it's because they're trying to get contestants from different generations, different genres, different areas of
I
interest so that
like
they can
that, but
draw
we gotta
all
have a
the
better
audience
grading
in.
scale.
Yeah, but
We need a better grading scale.
you want to do like the
Well, why
senior
why is it
division?
man, that's not a bad idea. But what I'm getting at is why how could I grade what somebody's done who's 50 something compared to a professional athlete? They're gonna be so much better. What I say is you have to grade it based on progression. Okay.
Mm, we like to
So
see the
if she
growth
came
around
in
here.
doing a backflip, you know what I mean, in the dance, then she needs to do something with more style or something. And of course, the 50-year-old can't do the backflip, but maybe if they're getting better with the stepping, I just don't know dancing, so it's hard for me to grade. But you see what I'm saying?
I get
I
you.
think you could grade on progression instead of, and then why is America deciding everything? Why is America voting on all of
How
that?
much is America
Americans don't
actually
vote on,
deciding anything?
yeah, but
I
America
think it's
doesn't vote
just
on who wins MVP in the sport leagues.
that's true.
I want the professionals who know what's going on to choose the winner here. We don't need more popularity contests. I was already in high school. Okay, we don't need more of that.
That's a valid point.
But
I
speaking
see
of
what you're getting
speaking of
at. I
popularity,
like the
and you haven't seen Wicked One, hey, look,
I haven't.
it's a good movie.
Okay.
It's a good
I'll check
movie.
it out.
I won't lie. And folks, shake your back pocket, pull it out, give me
Uh-oh.
some WD-40 because it's time.
Uh-oh.
I need some grace, and I'm ready to roll. You know what I don't like, Ty? You know what grinds
Tell me.
my gears?
What grinds those
A
gears?
musical. A
Oh,
musical. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, Wicked,
what do you mean? What are we doing?
beautiful story, beautiful. The way they filmed it, the editing, you name it. I'm all locked in, and then guess what happens? We have to sing. Now I'm tuned out. Like, why are we singing,
Bro.
bro? And look, there's no. Here's the thing. I get the concept. It's supposed to be singing. It's a musical. Okay, musical is
Mhm.
not for me. We can, boom, off bat, we get that. This is what I don't like. In the musical, it'd be like us having a conversation, but we're in an atrium of the school, right?
Mhm. Of course we
And then
are.
all of a sudden, you start singing, and everybody in the atrium starts dancing, and they know the dance.
You
No,
talking
no,
it
no.
sounds like
How
you're
the how
talking
the
more
how the
High School
fuck did
Musical
Jimmy know to
here.
dance? Yeah, but how did
Sounds like
Jimmy
you
know to dance? How did Sarah know what to do? And that's what I don't like. Like, if it was just us
So you
two
don't
and you're
like that it's
singing and
not
you're trying to tell the
realistic.
story. No, no, but why are the backups? No, what's going on? Like, the backups aren't listening to the conversation and then all of a sudden they're dancing to it. That's what I don't like. Like,
So you don't like the
just
fact
have them all listen the whole time.
you don't like the fact that it's not a realistic situation, but it's entertainment. It is a musical. It is not supposed to be
And guess
like a
what?
biopic.
I wasn't entertained. So
Well,
that's okay.
that is
That's okay.
okay.
Guess what?
It's not for
It's
everybody.
subjective. It's subjective. I I,
I
I
got a
really like the movie, except for
mhm.
the great singers,
I,
by the way. But when they
I got a
sing, it
question
just
for you.
takes me out of the story. All right, what up?
So I hear you what you're saying that you didn't like the singing in this particular film. Okay. What are your thoughts? What is your take? Is it something against movies that are musicals? Like, would you go see a Broadway show to see a live
Right.
performance musical?
Nah, nah, nah. That's different. I agree with you. Because if you go to Broadway, you can only have a limited number of actors. So
Mhm.
all of them would have to be involved. And if they're the backup dancer trying to help tell a story because you don't have the visual effects, then
Mm.
I get it. You
Okay.
see? I
Alright.
get it. But
I'm
when in a
following the logic.
movie, I don't why does everyone like you could in the movie, you could tune everybody else out and they just sing right there and then it comes back. Almost like it's in the head.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? With editing,
Maybe
you
we gotta
could do
get you
that.
behind the screen. Maybe we gotta get you directing a film here. See what the vision of Nickie Nicknames
I don't
is.
know. I don't know. Cause okay, I'll give you that. Maybe I don't mind. I don't mind a musical on the Broadway. I'll give you that. I saw the Hamilton the other week. Ooh,
Mm.
that was different.
Congratulations. That's
Yo,
a
that
hard show
was
to get
different.
into.
Yeah, you're right. That was different too. Respect to Hamilton. That's a good one. If
Mhm.
anyone hasn't seen it, I highly recommend right there. And so and to be fair, because I've seen the movie and I plan to see part two here of Wicked, I want to see Wicked, the play. I think that would be fascinating to see, and I bet it's very good. And you have the ability to make things that much better in a movie because it's not one take. You have visual effects, all of this. So why is the same guy that's playing a side character now just randomly back up dancing? That's a problem. That's a problem because then he comes into the next conversation and has to act like he didn't even know what was being said. Bro, you just danced to it. And you know what else gets me going? Fuck it. Why don't we do this in real life? Like, how come when I finish my report and send it into the boss man, that I don't have everybody in the back getting up? He did it. He did it.
Listen,
And twirling.
imagine
I want
imagine
that.
that imagine that workplace culture, dude. That would be one of the most supportive work environments you've ever seen. We just do flash mobs all the time. Somebody did something. Doesn't matter
Who
what
wouldn't
they
want it?
did, but it was something. So
Who
we
wouldn't
flash
want it?
mob. I
And
like
we
this
would have to
idea.
define significance. But yes, yes. Why not?
Why not?
Why
I'm
not?
with you. You convinced me. Initially, I
People
thought
like
this was a
musicals
bad
this
take.
much.
Initially, I thought this was a bad take, but I think I've come around to your logic here. I would love to see a film that is shot the way that you described, where if there is going to be music, that it happens in almost like it's in their own heads. I think that would be a fascinating sight to see.
Right.
And then, I
Because
personally am a fan of enjoying musicals in person. I mean, granted, I've only been to one
right.
Broadway show in my life, but I used to go to all the school plays back when I was in high school and college and whatnot. And I'm a fan of the performing arts in that regard. So, like I said, I thought this was a hot take, but maybe I can come around to your logic here. I'm also gonna have to watch Wicked Part 1 and Part 2 in order to actually
Right.
share my take on this matter, but, uh, no, I see where we're coming from.
Hey, first and foremost, we got to lay it out. We're here for the performing arts, folks. This is in no way intending to take it down. Okay, I think directing needs to change. Maybe that's what it is. That's the take, the refined take. See me. I come in kind of like an uncut gem. I need to be refined with some of
Uh-huh.
these ideas I have, Todd. So that's why T's here. That's why we got this platform, a podcast as a solution. I'm just out here creating. That's all it
That's what
is.
we're here for. I mean,
That's all it is.
speaking of the performing arts, a fellow friend of yours who used to contribute to
Mm.
a little effort known as One Time Productions, Middle C,
One
drop
time
the E, sent us a little bit of
productions,
fan mail. I think we
ladies
gotta.
and gentlemen. Now that Todd was a beautiful transition. Here's the deal. Last week we got a call out, or a few weeks ago, I don't even remember, that we needed better transition music from one of our loyal fans. Middle C heard that, took that to heart, and put together a little something. So we got a little intro
Oh,
song.
let's hear what Middle C
Let
gave
me
us.
play
I
that
got
real
I
quick.
gotta see what Frankie's
Yeah.
got going for us here.
All right, here, Middle C, drop the E. You heard it here first. Gotta watch out.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what I'm
I
saying?
like this.
Got a little something cooking.
I like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, it
Welcome to
sounds like
Interlude
an
Media.
Eminem beat.
A little bit,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's something sinister to it. Little Earl
Oh,
Sweatshirt action. We got an outro
Frankie.
put together.
We got more.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yep. A little Diddy Bop. Little
That
West Coast Diddy
synth.
Bop outro. Yeah. That's that's facts. The Middle C synthesizer. What you know about the Middle C synthesizer?
Damn. Well,
That's a
shout out
question for
Frankie,
the
man.
folks.
Shout out
Yeah,
Frankie. I
facts.
appreciate the fan mail here, dude. He really he heard that call. He took it to heart, man. But we love it.
His Middle C didn't even need to get told, man. He felt that. He was like, I know somewhere out there the intro and the outro needs to be made. He was cooking. The studio was rocking.
Let's
It's tough. Now
go.
we got to figure out. Now here's the problem, Todd. Now we got to figure out how to put it in the podcast.
Yeah.
We got
So
the hardest part done, but now it's the toughest part for us,
yeah,
folks.
you bring up an interesting point. This is something that I have mentioned on this podcast multiple times. We don't have a production team, and as your primary host, Nick DeSantis, lets you know in our intro every week, we're teaching you something new and teaching us how
Right.
to run a podcast because we don't know what the hell
You're
we're
right.
doing. So this is going to be a new one for us. This is a learning opportunity. Is the way that we got to look at this.
What a beautiful way. What a positive way to view the situation.
What can I say?
If anyone
Middle
out
C's
there
got
on the
Middle C's got me happy on the beat, so I
hey,
gotta
oh,
stay
maybe T's
positive.
gonna hey, look it right here. To all the fans out there, maybe we post the beat, the best. I don't even. You can't put 16 on that. The best 8 bar rendition gets gets a feature on the pod. Come on, let's get spitting.
Yo, can we
Let's
get
get the people working.
some crowdsourced intro, outro, transition music?
Yeah, I'm trying to get that datpiff.com world premiere. Oh wait, this will be better. Datpiff.com world premiere. Yeah,
You already know, man. That'd be so funny.
I need that. I need that. Some free links right there. People putting it down. BBL Drizzy, a little BBL Drizzy type challenge. Who can spit
I
over
like this.
the interlude beat?
I
Oh, the
like this.
interlude. Damn, I didn't even think about it. This is truly the interlude. Damn.
It's true. We finally have our interlude. Here we are.
Interludes. Yeah, Middle C really made some interludes. That's some Inception type shit right there. That's good.
Listen, if anyone wants to spit on the beat, number one, or if anyone wants to submit new beats, number two, both options are
Yes.
available. Send them
Yes.
our way. We don't have any sort of financial compensation for you, but we can shout you out on the pod.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not
Until
until Jif Peanut Butter
Peanut Butter is
swoops
going
in.
to sponsor that. Yeah. Jeff's got an opportunity. Smooth on the flow. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Crunchy on the beats, never spicy on the hook. Jif peanut
wow.
butter.
Wow. He's a natural, folks.
That's what
What
we
can
do.
we say?
That's what we do. And look at what we'll even write your slogan. You don't even have to worry about that.
Dude, I mean, this wasn't part of our agenda for today, but I think we got a smidge of time to kill here. Podcasting as a service, dude. We've said this a million times. Our service could be you have a new company, you just started it up, you don't know what your slogan's gonna be. Hit us up. Give us a little bit of a rundown, who you are, where you are, what your company is, and we will come up with a new slogan for you.
Right here, clip that. However you do it on the editings, okay? However you do it in the back scenes, the wickeds. Someone better start dancing right now. But look it,
Could you
clip that,
imagine?
post it, let the world know. Maybe I need to hit like a little tutton action while you do that. Hey, hold on. Hey. Yeah, I was spitting on the Middl C beat. Come on.
Dude.
Maybe that's our transition. Middle C, you think you can make a little a little synthesizer into the transition between subject?
I like
I
that. I
like.
like that.
Sorry, I'm going. They gave me a
No, we're
microphone,
good, dude.
folks. They shouldn't have.
We are all good. That's true. Things get dangerous when Nickie Nicknames has a microphone and a beat. Things can get scary.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that's not coming out of the vault. Okay, Divine is not going to find the
No,
old mixtapes. That's good.
we're not
That's
gonna
good.
let that come out of the vault, but all I'm gonna say is that your mother better watch out.
Folks, I figured if I was going to make a statement, you get right to the point. Okay, I know
Go
it
right
hits
to the
deep.
source.
Yeah, right to the source. Right to the source. That's good. That's good.
Oh man. All right, dude. Well, this has been a blast. We kind of flew through some stuff this episode, but I hear you got a little bit of inspiration that you gotta shed some light on. So why don't you tell us
I
what we
do.
got?
Now I got to get angry again.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and
He's
gentlemen,
getting angry.
I know this is supposed to be the inspiration section, but I'm upset. I'll admit it. Todd, why have we not talked about kick me through the phone?
We
It's been
haven't brought
a
up
few weeks now,
KMTTP in a few weeks. So
and
I got to clarify.
and
We
you don't
talking
want
about
to
the
add
kickball team?
KMTTP, right? You don't want to add KMTTP to my agenda, and I ask why.
Well, all right. I'll counter with, are you looking for an update on the Caledon Multimodal Transit Transport Project? Or you got some kickball news? Because last I heard with the kickball team, the captain wasn't showing up. So I thought this was a sore subject.
Look, look. I would love to know. I can't even pronounce what you just said there. That little transit. Would love to know what's going on.
We'll get an update
But
next week, folks. Tune in.
I'm here for America's favorite kickball team, and that is Kick Me Through the Phone. You heard it here
Mm-hmm.
first. Soldier Boy edition. Play the song and keep it right. Because, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what happened now. The playoffs were last week. Okay, the championship game was last week, and look, KMTTP came in stumbling. Coach, captain, you name it, Bettina, hurt ankle. But look,
Can't play.
you can't hold the beast down for too long because you better now, Todd. Every time I join this podcast, regard me as a champ. KMTTP folks here first, you were the first platform to know KMTTP champions of right here, the Volo Sports Xavier High School Indoor Rec Fall Kickball League. But you gotta refer to us as a champion. Hey, 4
It
years in the
rolls off the
making.
tongue.
That literally a full college career went into this championship, and it's done. The job is finished. Bettina was happy. First time we've ever seen that, ladies and gentlemen. First
The
time.
team did it.
It's done. We got Das Boot. We got to pull up a photo of us with Das Boot.
Das
But
Buten.
the trophy's in house. Yes. So I'm mad because no one has referred to us as the champions yet. But look, this is an inspiration because this was 4 years in the making. Stay true. every day you came through. The family really did it though. The family came together, and ladies and gentlemen, to everyone, all of our fans, you're all invited to it, of course. But there will be the championship parade in New York
Of
City,
course there will be.
probably sometime in
Yes, absolutely.
2026. Kick off the new year right. Kick off the new year with what really had mattered, which is the championship.
Hmm.
Obviously we don't have funding, so the parade will probably be more like a bar crawl. But hey, I heard worse things before, so
Absolutely.
it's over. It's over.
Man,
I'm
that
just really
is
quoting Drake today. It's over, but
that
it
is
really is.
one of the most pure stories of perseverance that you've ever heard, folks.
Mm. It's true. It's true. People, this was an underrated story. Like I don't understand why ESPN 31 for 31 didn't come in and do a little recap of this, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
another food for thought
Maybe
podcast as a
because
solution, as a service.
ESPN, maybe because kickball goes on the Ocho. I don't know, man, but we gotta get
Yeah,
coverage
right.
of this. I think that's what we could do.
The
Here's what we
Ocho would
do.
have been good.
We gotta get
I'm
the
telling you, the Ocho would have been
championship
good.
parade. We get the championship parade scheduled. We get the bar crawl
Hmm.
scheduled, and we record it and we make it our own 31 for 31 ESPN 8 The Ocho documentary. Right?
Oh, there will be, yeah, there's going to be some content. But this goes to everybody, man. People film content for this kickball league through the years. So
Mm-hmm.
for everybody involved, it's done. It's done. You know one thing now that got to me, Todd. Every time that it's a playoff game for kickball, I wear a suit to the office because I just feel like
Of
that's
course,
necessary. You got to come correct.
business
You got to
attire.
come right. So yeah, thank you. I wore that. This was the first year I didn't wear a tie because it was a new job, and I was like, I really don't want to go. Like, they're gonna think I'm really crazy if I do this. But I had the whole jacket, I had everything. Not
Uh
one
huh.
comment.
Nobody.
Like, do people
They
really
just
think
said
I'm that square that I would just
they
wear a
just said,
suit
"Oh,
on a
Nikki
Wednesday?
looks fly today." That's all.
What, bro? People walk in with sweats at this job, and no one's gonna say anything.
That's crazy.
I
That's
was trying to
crazy.
get some free promo in here, and nobody wanted any of that work. So to all those haters, guess what? Got to refer to us as champs.
Yeah, you just got to walk in with the
What do
trophy
you want me
next
to
time.
say?
Let them know.
What do you want me to say? Das Boot is ours. It's a beautiful thing.
Well,
So
it's a
everyone out
beautiful thing.
there
It's a beautiful
who is
story.
trying to achieve your dream on your kickball rec league, shout out Volo. You have an opportunity. Because see, as I told the family before the game, that I don't see a ball when I'm up there to kick. I see an opportunity. I see the future.
That's
Okay.
right.
And when I see the ball in the air, I don't see a ball. I see my teammates. And I better
Mm-hmm.
catch that for them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way it moves. It moves and shakes.
This could be the start, folks, of a generational run. You're just gonna have to keep in touch, keep tuned in. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
We will see if the team continues. I heard some rumblings there that, now that the job's finished. I don't know, but
No,
I'm
no,
trying
you
to
know
see a
how it
generational
goes.
run.
Everyone knows how it goes. Once you get that first one, you're just hungry for another, dude.
Well, I'm
No,
starving
one
personally,
is never good
mostly because I
enough.
haven't had dinner yet. But I would like another kickball championship. Xavier High School Volo Rec League Wednesday nights. But other than that, that's kind of where I'm at.
I mean, hey, we know that you're hungry. We know that you're starving. Everybody else out there, whatever it is that you want, set your eyes on those goals. You can achieve it. You will achieve it. It might take 4 years. It might take a whole college degree.
You're right.
But just like that, KMTTP 2025.
It took a whole degree, no grad school,
Mm-mm.
whole degree. That's all right. A bachelor's. Call it a bachelor's of kicking.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to,
I
to,
gotta
to say on
stop,
the
T. You gotta
matter.
close me out.
And with that, folks, concludes another episode of the Interlude Pod. That is Nikki D. I'm your co-host, Todd. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed listening to this episode half as much as we enjoyed making it for you.
Because we had a ball, and only real ideas are gonna last. And all that other bullshit is here today and gone tomorrow.
And without further ado, we will see you next time. Good night, New York.
Good night, Connecticut.